Okay, they're reporting.
Okay, call a town meeting, Board of Selectmen's meeting to order. Any comments from visitors?
I just wanted to let everybody know who's at the meeting. There is a collaboration between our Trenton Grange and Trenton Elementary School. There's a learning expo going on Thursday night between 4:30 and 5:30 at the Grange. So just, you are all cordially invited to be there.
What does that mean?
It's between what? Is this
4:30 and 5:30.
No, what's
on
it?
Thursday.
What's the collaboration?
Yeah.
The Trenton, I know I have to stop really fast.
You did.
Trenton Elementary School
Okay.
and the Trenton Grange.
Okay.
So it's elementary school. They're calling it a learning expo. They're showing some of the things that the kids are doing and you know,
Nice.
products of their learning and things like that. So
Projects they've been working on.
yeah.
Very nice.
So you are all cordially invited to be there.
We have spaghetti.
And what?
No,
And it's.
I mean, if you bring your own.
Was that Thursday?
Yeah, they do have the sugar, right? Yeah, right. Maybe.
I just wanted to mention something. First of all, I think it's great about the sign, the electronic sign. I was so glad that that passed at the town meeting. I think because I spoke up in favor of it, somebody after the meeting came up to me and said, that's going to attract brown-tailed moths. And I know, but I did look
I can
into
imagine
it.
who told you that too, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mention any names.
Don't.
But I will say I did look into it, and if you get a sign that has the red light, that does not attract brown-tailed moths. So if you have an option about like the kind of sign, you might want to go like they can't see red, orange, or yellow light. They are attracted to white and blue light. So I just wanted to give you that as a.
So we need to get colorful if we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The options of having colorful.
Yeah.
Any other comments? On the approval of the agenda, we should add election of chair and vice chair. This is the first meeting since the election. So let's insert that before the fire department. So the next thing up is approval of minutes of May 12th.
Move to approve the minutes of May 12, 2026.
Discussion?
We had two people attend the meeting whose names should get added here, Steve Heckman and Greg Askins.
Under minutes.
On the 12th.
Okay, they should have signed. And they didn't, so that's why they weren't there. It's Steve Heckman and who?
Greg Askins.
Okay. Don't sign the sheet, folks, you don't get included.
Okay, at this time I'll open the floor for nominations for chair.
Nominate our Fred Erlenbach for chair.
Second.
Any other nominations?
All in favor? Don't give him a chance to get out of that.
Open the floor for nominations for vice chair. Any other nominations? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Fire department. I don't see the chief here. Old business, AOS cost versus Lemoyne Hancock.
Yeah. Yes. Whatever. Yeah. We have the breakdown of the Hancock budget. I also included some information on the number of students for Hancock, educational information for us to pursue, look at, I guess you want to say. I also gave you all information on the number of students for Trenton.
information on our website. And I got the warrant for Lemoyne, and there's budget that just got voted through, and their information. I think basically right now is a lot where someone just got it tonight. Look it over, absorb it, if anybody has any comments, give you a chance to look at the Hancock.
Lemoyne's warrant, does that include the school budget?
They had a special separate meeting for the school budget. Yeah. I have the big printout of the whole budget. But my printer's not happy with the copy doing this. But I have two of them, you can print more and having ready for next time. It's 14 pages for the whole budget, not two of them. I'll give that to Carol.
What's this? Is this the school?
That's everything.
Oh, it is, okay.
I know what ours is.
You want me to make copies of it for people?
You don't have to do it tonight.
Okay,
This isn't happening. And I will have the
I'll put it into the net, all right, good, yep.
This is a lot to look at and look for.
So they had 30 warrant articles. Do they do it at the same town meeting? They do, no, they do the school budget at a different time?
They did the school budget in May and they did their regular meeting in March.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if that's usual, but that's what they did this year.
I'm interested in the percentages. For instance, Lemoyne Consolidated, 72% students scored at or above the proficient level for math. 98% scored at or above for reading. You know, and you look at the others, Hancock isn't as good, but we're not great by any means.
That's because my daughter-in-law's a school teacher at Des Moines.
Okay. And not at Trenton Elementary.
So why did they do that, Fred?
Well, they do what?
Split the,
Because they have a referendum vote in June and you have to have the budget voted on within 30 days of the referendum vote. So if you vote on the school budget in March, then you have to have a referendum vote in April.
why not combine them like we do?
Because they want the referendum vote the same time in June at the general election. And also they have to wait for Hancock to do theirs because it's a joint venture. They share services. And
It's all their own school
Right,
unit.
right, but they share, so
So they share.
thank you for doing that, it's a lot of work.
Well, Fred had the Hancock one. He was just there. I'd like to make some comments about this. When I saw what you included after we talked about that budget, I did my homework. As you all know, I've spent years with this, with the school finance and the school budgets. And I did a spreadsheet that compared the two towns with our town. And I deliberated printing it out, but I really believe that the school board needs to be involved in this, and I'd be happy to work with them. I know there are a couple of school board members here tonight. But I think this needs to involve them because this is a massive amount of activity that needs to be taken into consideration. The bottom line is the Hancock budget is bigger than ours by a fair bit. Our total budget was 6.2 and theirs was 6.7 million, but they had a couple of warrant items afterwards to raise money for revenue, so their budget was actually even bigger. Lemoyne's was smaller, but the huge piece of ours is the $1 million+ that we spend on special education. The years before we joined, the MDI district. We're not qualitatively as sound as the experience that we had in joining it. And part of that is because, well, let me just back up a second. I believe that Lemoyne and Hancock are separate school entities that contact with the superintendent because the law requires them to. They're not getting, I don't believe they're getting the full services that we get from the NDI school district, which includes the curriculum management to make sure all students and all schools have a little playing ground when we get there. That was a huge problem with Trenton before we joined MDI, that our students were showing up at whatever high school they chose to do, and then spending 4 years catching up with where everybody else was when they entered. That is a huge consideration. I know this is about the finances, which we all recognize. Nobody's going to argue that the increases have been huge. And honestly, in the past few years, it's been special ed that's driven it for us. It's $1 million plus what we pay for transportation. And I don't have that exact number, so I'm not going to guess at that. But the fact is, one of the components, one of the warrant articles that we all vote for is system administration. And for these towns, that covers their contract with the superintendent. It's more than we pay. And all they're getting is pretty much all what they're getting is the superintendent who comes to their meetings and does the advisory work. They're not getting the curriculum work. They're not getting the additional special ed expertise and consultation, which we would have to pay extra for, which we definitely need to consider, given the fact that we have these highly expensive special ed needs. It would cost us more just on the system administration to leave that district. And the other thing I want to say is, I know you and others did work several years ago, and then 2021, the town said, no, we don't want to do this. It makes more sense to stay in the budget. I know that a couple of years ago, you came to the select board and your response was, we're just entering now in this work to look at reorganizing to make things more efficient. We are 6 months away, hopefully, from that vote. And this isn't a transaction. This is a partnership. This is the village that keeps our teachers up to date, the village that educates our students and makes sure that everybody has equal ground. I was so excited about the idea of the middle school, and I hope that's able to come to fruition, because I think that would have enormous benefits for everybody and also be a cost savings. And the other thing I want to mention is, when we look at numbers, the committee, the working group, the RPC has calculated numbers show what the effect would be in the different towns if the consolidation goes through. In a couple of towns, it's going to cost them more. Trenton benefits the most. And this may be an old number, so I'm going to say what I read, but it might not be an up-to-date number. But what they did is they said, okay, a house worth $650,000 in any town, what would they pay for their school and they did it for different levels, but this was their comparison. And for Trenton, it was $2,000 less a year in real estate taxes. So I'm saying this is a lot more than, there's a lot more to consider than just this. And I'm happy to work, because I have the experience, happy to work the numbers part of it, but I think we need to make sure the school board's involved in this.
I agree 100%, which I mean, they haven't wanted to be part of it from day one. We asked them to be a part of it and be involved in it, and they didn't want anything to do with it. I think we owe it to have another option for our taxpayers that's also going to be beneficial for the students, and have more than one option if this does not go through.
You're saying if the reorganization doesn't go
Yeah,
through. Okay.
I mean, this is something that I think the school board should be responsible for. They're elected by the people of the town, and they should have the interest of
Right.
the people of the town.
And the reorganization vote is an opportunity for this town to say, it might not pass because another town could reject it. And then I think it would make perfect sense to sit down and say, what can we do to save money? Maybe there are other things we can do without leaving the district, because my prediction is it would cost us more money to do it that way. But in the meantime, I think this conversation is detrimental to the effort that's being made right now in our current school district. Our partners, the people, the people we work with. Very unlike when we were in Union 92 and everybody just went their own way and,
I don't see it as it's being an issue discussing it. No decisions are being made. Nothing is being put forth that this is how it should be. It is just discussing. There are options. It's nothing against the school, what they're working on now. It's important for the townspeople to keep communicating to know that it's not. And I don't think waiting until that vote and then go, oh, okay, now we should think about something else. I think it should just be continued to be discussed. No decisions are made. It's the townspeople's decision in the
Right.
end. But I think keeping saying that it's hurting their feelings or their efforts and what they've been working on. I think that's a wrong way to look at it. I think it's just important that everybody continues to talk about that there are options. There are other schools. It may not be the fit for us, but that may not be it either. It's a continuous thing. It's not a black and white set in stone. So I think by saying that, it's just kind of stirring that pot that this side against this side, we as a town as a whole should be really looking into what's good for the kids, what's good for the elderly that live in this town. All the way around.
Right.
So I don't like the splitting it up and we're hurting their feelings by discussing that here. I don't think my feelings.
When, do we have a date on when the vote?
Well, maybe
is?
that's the wrong wording, but.
November, whatever
General.
whenever the governor's election is and all the rest of it.
So, can I ask a question?
Yep.
Since I'm not sitting at the table.
Can you go to the microphone so we can
I
have it on
would
record?
like- Is our number one concern how much the school costs and not the service that the school is presenting and what they're doing? And I mean, it's really, really, I'm a retired teacher. It's really, really important that we educate our children, that we educate them to the best of our ability. The Pematic Middle School teacher just got Hancock County Teacher of the Year. And our kids from Trenton are going to be competing with the kids who have been in his class, doing amazing projects. And I think to just talk about education in terms of dollars and how we can get out of it the cheapest is not what's best for our kids.
and I would just say, based on the numbers that I'm looking at, it would cost us more to leave this district than it would to be independent.
And all I'm saying is it's just good to continue to talk about and discuss that there are options and it may be the right one, it may not be the right one. All the
But-
way around, but it's good to keep the discussion.
And all of us need to do everything we can to keep expenses down in general. I mean, we should be looking at other factors that, the town spends money on too.
And that's why I brought up these little slips here, that just little small ones. Of what their scores are reading and writing out, because that is important. Maybe other schools seem to be doing better than the EOS districts. Sometimes it's not so how big a school is or how fancy it is that makes the teachers do good work. And maybe there's other aspects there that show you that, yeah. Well, anyways, I just brought it in for informational, for everybody to look at.
One more comment about special ed too. Because we're following the rules for special ed at this school. And other schools, if they're not following the special ed rules to a T, they could come up against a lawsuit in the future that's gonna cost them way more than any, 2%. So just another thought.
Any other comments from the board? All right, moving on, new business, Lions property. Christina. Hi,
Thank you. I don't need a microphone.
yes, we do.
Yes. Yeah.
It's for the minutes.
All right.
We also record these meetings.
Oh, that's fine.
Please.
All right. So my name is Christina Buzzell. I'm sorry if I'm gonna hurt your feelings tonight, Eddie, but I'm gonna say it the way I feel it, okay? I have pictures to show you. If you don't know what this property looks like right now. Take a look. I live beside this. Let me get it down there a little.
Hey, John, I've got,
Oh, thank
I've
you.
got it on my phone.
And this doesn't show the total mess. There's a car that's not working. There are tools all over the place that I have sort of picked up and tried to put in one place. It's a mess. And I'm living right beside it. And if it weren't for our great fire department, I probably would not have a home right now. That fire was extensive, within yards of my house. So I am rather worked up about this. Okay. What steps have I taken? Obviously, I've talked to him. I've written to his brother John, who administers the trust, because it's a family trust. I sent him a picture of this. I wrote him a letter. I didn't bring the letter with me, but I'm saying the same thing to you that I would have said it to him, okay? I contacted our code enforcement. And with Sarah Cantonese, we filed a report with EPA. Not easy to do, by the way. You even have to have longitude and latitude lines.
Mhm.
Okay, because we live right on the Union River Bay. We live right beside a creek. Runs right downhill into that creek. We also get our water supply near there. We're worried about that. It's a blight on our neighborhood. Other concerns I have. Even if somehow he were to get this cleaned up. He's not had a working outhouse for years. I want to say at least 15, I could be wrong. He doesn't have running water. His electricity was through a yellow-orange extension cord in a little house, well, if you've lived here long enough, a little house down on the water, built by Dollivers, I believe. I would have said probably in the 50s. Remember, I summered here. I mean, I grew up in Bangor. It's my parents' property before it was mine. And then an extension cord comes through there. Now, the funny thing is, when they came through and did the meter business, you know, gave us new meters, of course, he couldn't find the one at the Lions house because it's not attached to the Lions house. I showed him the path down. My electric company didn't seem very concerned about that. Guess as long as they get paid, they don't really care. It's a mess and it's smelly. It's a nice home for rats, skunks, porcupine, mice. I know it's expensive to clean up. But it's his job and his family's job to clean that freaking mess up. You're right, I'm angry. You wouldn't want to live beside that mess. We on our street do not want to live beside that mess. Brand new homes going in this summer opposite that property. You think they're going to want to look at that? They're not. And I don't know what's going to become of it, but we cannot continue to live like that. It degrades our property. It's not nice to look at. I don't know what to tell you. I guess I've said everything I need to say. I don't know what the answer is. Do you have questions?
Was there any insurance on the house?
I have no idea. I know that Gott came down to look at the mess the other day, and from what I understand, he's not interested. and cleaning it up.
Check out.
Eddie wanted that wall back there, that final wall left, that charred wall. For some reason, I don't know. I mean,
Did you get any response from the code enforcement officer?
only that she was looking into it.
There's nobody living
No.
on this property.
No, he spent one night in his car there and found out it was a little chilly. It's not appropriate to be living there. It's not safe.
Right.
It's not safe for our pets. It's not safe for my grandchildren. Oh, and on top of that, there's an open well back there too, covered with sticks, by the way. Been there for years. We just told our kids stay away from it. And our grandkids. And I know it's expensive. But here's the thing. I'm not that much older than him. And my family instilled a work ethic in us. That's not, I'm 78 years old. I'm still working part-time. Instilled a work ethic so that you could afford to have a place and you could afford the upkeep on a place. Because that's important too. I don't know what else to say, except you can tell that I'm upset.
What are you asking from us?
I don't know. Here's my thinking. If it had been my property, because I have a big work ethic, I would have had black bags out there, and every single week I would have been shoveling that stuff into my black trash bags, hauling it down to the dump until I reached my limit. And then I would have had maybe asked some other people in the neighborhood, can I have a couple $100 of yours? But no effort is there. I'm sorry, Ed, but you leave stuff right where you drop it. Tools, nets, buckets, wheelbarrows.
Refresh my memory, when was the fire?
Just before Christmas.
Just before Christmas. It was an extensive fire. But there again. He had boxes and boxes of vinyl records that probably could have been sold years ago, can't now. He had thousands of books. To my knowledge, he didn't have a fire extinguisher, even with a wood stove right there, which I certainly would have had. I have a fire extinguisher anyway. It's called taking care of your property. Having pride in your property. Just because you don't have any money does not mean you can't do some upkeep. It's an excuse. Our society is loaded with excuses like that. It's not the way I was brought up. I'm old school. Work. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Take care of your property. You have to get a second job, get a second job. It's important. So that's all I have to say. And I apologize to Ed if I've hurt his feelings, but I've had it. Had it. And I don't know what you can do about it, but okay, that's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave. Any questions? I thought you ought to have a visual so you know what I look at all the time.
Thank you for bringing this to us. I have no idea what we can do, and I just figure out if there was anything, I don't know.
You know, he had a GoFundMe account right after the fire, okay? But he was worried about finances. They gave the money all back.
Have you heard anything from the people in
No.
Arizona?
No, I did not hear back from them. I did not expect to hear back.
Mhm.
I just thought he ought to be informed, since he's the one that holds the purse strings. Enough said? You have any other questions? Okay, thank you for listening to me. You can tell I'm frustrated. This was not easy for me. I don't know. It wasn't easy for me. But I'm at my wit's end. I don't know where else to go.
I'm sorry, did Angie go look at this property?
I don't know if Angie's gone down and looked at it or not.
Could we ask her to look at it in case there's something obvious she sees that gives us an avenue to?
Well, I
pursue?
did file an EPA report. That's pretty extensive. If you've never filed one, it's extensive.
Okay.
And you heard no response on it.
It was only about 5 days ago. I didn't expect to hear a response this fast. But it's not if I hadn't had Sarah Catanese with me, I couldn't have done it at my age. It required a few computer skills I don't have. But, it's pretty extensive. And that was my kind of my last ditch effort, if you want to know the truth, because we live right on the bay. And obviously there's been runoff. I mean, and there continues to be. I mean, let's face it, just because the snow is gone doesn't mean that ash isn't being wet and sliding down into the creek and into the bay. So if you can think of something that you can do to help me, or you can, I don't know where else to go. Any other questions? So I don't know what to do. I was hoping maybe you could.
Sadly, we'd love to be able to do like clean her up, but
Well, it's really up to the homeowner.
Well,
It's up to
sounds
the
like a
homeowner.
civil-
But I don't know how to pressure people to do that.
I'm just thinking that if Angie is able to go and take a look and sees anything that is an unsafe condition or something like
The whole house is unsafe. I mean,
it would give us,
Tell you what.
Give us what? What would it give us?
a possible avenue for action. I don't know.
Well, we could take them to court. That's all you could do.
that- we have discussed that on Cressy Lane. A class action suit. We
I-
have discussed that,
I would think that would be your.
but we
go-to.
don't want to do that.
Why not?
Doesn't seem very friendly.
Cause it'll end up costing a
Um,
lot of money and you might not get it.
Sorry.
Well,
But-
it might cost a lot of, I mean, I have,
does
I-
your insurance say anything?
what? It doesn't my property.
No, but they are, if you're concerned with everything else, do they have any guidance to?
Well, I guess I could ask my lawyer that, but I don't see that it's,
No, it's not up to you to clean it up, but you did bring it forth in front of the public about it, so that's all I'm saying is to like. Maybe just chat with them to say, these are the concerns, what.
I just know I have everybody's agreement on that road. Everyone I've talked to. That includes the new ones, Wagstaff's, Cat Nieces. Her parents are gonna be building this summer right opposite his property. Nice to look at, right? The new owners of Carlton's house next to us that used to be a Johnson, before Carlton Johnson bought it. They live in Connecticut, but they're in total agreement as well. If you could think of something other than that class action suit, I would appreciate it. I'm at my wit's end, and I want it cleaned up. I guess, people have tried to help him in the past. Dave, I guess, had made a suggestion perhaps that if people contributed part of their, how you allotted so many pounds
I
down.
did that with somebody down on the island who had a fire, and I'd be happy to do it again. I'm sure a lot of people would.
That's 2,000 pounds a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all get 2,000 pounds a year, and most of us don't use it.
Right.
Like I don't think
I
we've used
never
it since
use
we rebuilt the house.
So,
I suppose that would be a possibility, but then what's gonna happen if he doesn't have enough, I'm sorry, Ed, but if you don't have enough money to clean it up. Once it gets cleaned up, what are you going to do? If I were in that situation, I can tell you what I would do. I would sell it in a heartbeat,
oh,
in a heartbeat.
he can't if it's part of a trust.
The trust can sell it.
Hmm.
The family trust can sell it. He can't, but the family trust can. And that, when you run out of money, sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do. And that's the way life is. It is what you make of it. Sometimes life doesn't hand you lemons, so to speak. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Comments from the board?
I think she's been down there, but I'm not sure, so I didn't want to say.
If she hasn't, I would volunteer to go with her.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'll tell
Yeah,
her.
there's some health health concerns there probably.
You need to go anyway, but. she
Yeah, I'm
should
gonna
go with
take
you.
a look, but if Angie hasn't, then we can go
I'll
together.
I'll email her tomorrow.
Okay, just let
Do you
me
have
know.
any comments, Ed?
Well, there's greatly too much to say that I would be able to say, but you want me to come up here?
The microphone.
I don't feel as a lot of what you said is fair, but, the bottom line, as I heard a lot of things that, were not the case. The complication of the trust is a long story. But no, the trust does not have any money. And I don't have any money. And regardless of what anyone says responsibility is, the money just isn't there. Last I knew, the trust had about $200 in it as a cash amount. And I lost everything. So, a lot, if anyone has any questions, I mean, I'm willing to tell anything and everything that I can about it, but the explanations are so long that, and when you start, I know people understand this, that when you start explaining things and it's not enough, people fill in with what they don't understand with things that aren't right, and then it becomes a big problem. So, but I'm willing to talk to anybody about the situation and explain what's happening. I have tried in every possible way that I know to find a way to get that cleaned up. And so far I haven't. I'm in touch with people who are helping me out to talk to people who might be able to help, like the DEP. Somebody was talking to the group called the Acadia Action, who's helping.
And we're here just so you know, we came in a little bit late, but I'm Tamara Lee, that's Chaser. We're here from Acadia Action. I'm the one that's been talking to DEP.
Oh, thank you.
Just so you know, so far we don't know of anything yet, but there are other avenues that we're looking into. This is just a group of neighbors helping neighbors. And it sounds like the neighbors around you are the sort of neighbors who are willing to come together and even invest some money to get this cleaned up, hopefully not through a litigious means. Maybe there's a more community-minded way to come together and pool our efforts. But anyway, we're just here to support you and let everyone know that this has just come onto the radar of Acadia Act and Mutual Aid. So we barely even, like, as you can see, it's the first time we've met Ed in person. We weren't really familiar with the situation, but we have a housing committee that we're forming to try to help as another person who is a friend of someone in my church in Franklin who just lost everything in a house fire a few days ago, and is in nobody's in a similar situation to you, Ed. I know it's very complicated, but we're just trying to put together a group to help uplift these people in hard times. So anybody that wants to be a part of that, AcadiaAction.org has a website, you can get involved with us. But anyway, I just want to let you know it's not in this alone.
Thank you.
We also want to stress that, this is a community, said woman, this is not an HOA. This is about community, and that's the big thing about Acadia Action. When somebody loses everything and has nothing, that's when your neighborhoods, community, how together, reach out to churches for food, clothing, help with site cleanup or donations, starting, fundraisers, it's taking care of people in your community, whether it's a single mother of 2 children or an old man, it doesn't matter. They're a member of the community and they contribute.
And people after a trauma like that aren't gonna be able to do all of that by themselves. They need their community to work together.
And someone did collect money after the GoFundMe was shut down. There was someone in town collecting money.
Really?
It wasn't just like, oh, sorry.
Hmm.
So. Yes.
Just, I'm not at all familiar with how general assistance works. Would there be anything in there?
No,
No,
no. But I mean, I don't see why a group like Acadia Action couldn't get trucks together and people could donate their 2,000 pounds or 1,000 of it. And you could at least clean the place up for Ed.
That was a
Right.
great idea, the donating of the pounds to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you just need, we
Just
just
like-
need to get the word out.
That's the question, like, having, no, I don't just down.
No, I mean, I'm no mathematician, but, you know, burn down a house. 2,000 pounds, ain't a lot.
Well,
But.
It's not.
everybody in town who owns property has 2,000 pounds. And there was if I might speak, excuse me, there was a situation in Southwest Harbor years ago where a woman's house burned
Mhm.
and she had nothing. So people from all over Hancock County donated some of their 2,000 pounds. I don't know, it probably ended up being like 30,000 pounds before they could get her property totally cleaned up. But you can do that if you can get trucks together and get the word out. Plenty of families never use that 2,000 pounds and would be willing to donate at least
People might,
half of it.
people might be willing to spend an afternoon with your truck to help out.
Right.
Somebody organized it.
But somebody needs to take the lead on that, and I don't think it's this board by any means.
But I was wondering if the neighbors have gotten together and tried to help.
I don't think so.
No. No, I just got threatened with the officers, that's another issue, there was so much, I have to say, there's so much that she said, which, leaves wrong impressions about a lot of things and wrong information about a lot of things, I didn't know how to start with that, but, in any case, yeah. I couldn't possibly, I mean, I have a car. And for me to go and
You can't.
talk about shoveling, and going to the Southwest Harbor dump with each loader wouldn't, I mean.
It would take 100 years.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous,
yeah,
and it is an enormous mess, and there are reasons why and so forth.
Well, would a disposal company be willing to offer
One trip.
a big bid? You know,
Maybe, that's a good question. I'm basically gonna try to put together a committee specifically to help. I don't know enough details about this lady who just lost her house in, I don't know if it was Sullivan or Franklin the other day, to know whether it would be the same committee, or two completely separate committees. But I can tell there are people in this room who really care about this community and about helping Ed and helping that neighborhood get through this crisis. And so, I encourage, I can provide my contact info, or I can have people provide me theirs if they want to be involved. I'll tell you who I am right now. Again, I don't know if I said, I'm Tamara A. Grenfell. This is my husband, Chaser Grenfell. And so I can be reached, my number is 505-0881, 207-505-0881. And, but you can also find Acadia Action. We have a website, we have an email, you can reach us through that. We have meetings that you can come in person and meet people. We have mutual aid meetings and full Acadia Action meetings. I don't want to get off on a big tangent in the middle of your meeting about that, but people can either give me your contact info or reach out to me and we'll try to move this forward. You know.
could you, if you didn't sign, there's a sign-in sheet, if you could just add your.
Absolutely,
name,
I'm sorry we
name,
came late.
Reaching to that number.
Just got out of that.
Okay, thank you.
So, No questions at all?
Nope, not from me.
Good luck.
We're in a situation where you can't use tax dollars. We have no jurisdiction over the property. I assume the taxes are paid,
Yes.
so
The one thing I will just mention, it's an important issue, and that is that as far as the lawsuit is concerned, I found this out because of my issue with the ownership of the property. It is rightfully my property, but not legally, because the trustee illegally withheld the distribution. And I found out when I sought to maybe do something about that with a possible lawsuit. A lawsuit has to be done in Arizona where the trust was made. And that means if I were to make a lawsuit, or anybody else made a lawsuit, they'd have to go and stay in Arizona, pay the court there, pay everything. And I was told that my suit would not was liable to be lost by a lawyer who could have taken a lot of my money or something. But he said that courts, that juries don't like to rule in family trusts because they think it's a family matter and they want to stay out of it. So I would probably spend thousands of dollars and lose. So, and that's the same, that would be the case here too.
You alluded to details that would take too long to discuss, and I'm not asking about that, but I'm sure the trust has terms for dissolution. And the trustee has to go by what's,
The trustee simply declines to do so and won't do anything about it unless there is a lawsuit. And I think personally, he wants to own the property somehow, but some sneaky way, I don't know. But in any case, there are a lot of reasons for a lot of things that she said, and some of them were wrong. And I wish I could say more about that. And I feel strange about leaving all those misimpressions, but if anybody ever wants to talk to me about it and find out what's really going on, it would be really.
what if it wouldn't cost you anything to go to Pine Tree Legal?
They don't.
They won't? Okay.
I've already saw this is these. I've gone through
All
a
right.
lot of things.
Sorry.
That and the legal aid for the elderly, and the next one that I am going to work on is volunteer lawyers, because I need legal counsel anyway. So
Good luck.
so okay, that's all you need from me.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
for the record, the property card shows it's got a drilled well and septic system.
Move to approve of AP payroll.
Well, no,
No.
don't jump ahead.
Be on A.
Well, mine's is next.
It is?
The one in the packet was the first one.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
gave you a new one.
I was gonna say that. Right?
Well, the revised agenda was going out for RF request for proposal for paving repairs on the Goose Cove Road.
Let's do that.
Motion.
Move to go to request for bid on Goose Cove Road.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Go to request for quotes on a new sign for the building.
Move to get an RFP for a new sign for the building.
Can I ask a question about the sign, or am I like out of order?
Go ahead.
I'm probably out of order. Wait till they
Well,
see this. I know, sorry.
The chair said go ahead, so you're good.
But I was just wondering, no chance, I see those signs all up and down, Route 3, and I play Bar Harbor band, so I'm coming back like at 10 o'clock at night, and this sign, they're glaring and they're bright. So any chance this sign can be turned off at night? Like from 10 until, or from 9
It
until.
would be on the side of the building. It's not gonna be out in the middle of the
Oh,
road.
I know, but it's that light pollution thing, and I'm kind
Uh-huh.
of a freak about that. So,
I don't
Somebody
know.
else mentioned that to me too.
yeah, just so that at some point,
Because your eyes don't adjust.
by 10 o'clock.
Hmm.
Would it be, but.
I would think you could, but I
That
don't know for
features-
sure.
As Janet's leaving Bar Harbor.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll before I leave from Bar Harbor.
What time is that gonna be?
I need to be off by, we played 8, 7, 8, 9,
Okay.
but I'll give you an hour.
Want us to turn the streetlights off too?
So, I'm so bad, I'm so bad. And what about when you're coming up the road and that currents, that sign, they have a big, road light that lights up their sign. and
Oh,
it
really?
blinds you coming back.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Yes,
The-
see?
The light that shines up to the sun.
Not against the,
Hmm.
well, I don't know. I gotta take on one thing at a time.
Right.
I'll start with the.
Oh, that I-
We'll ask that question when we go out for the
Yeah.
votes.
Like not off, I'm just thinking if it's off, it's kind of gonna look really tough. Do they dim? Ask about a dimmer.
I'll ask that too.
If you get one with red light that doesn't attract the brown tails, it's also not gonna be so glaring at night either, cause they make them that just have the red light.
Yeah.
So-
Well, anything that would be a little less light pollution would be
Mhm.
just awesome. Thanks.
See what
Good.
we can do.
I'm just curious,
Well-
there's a difference between a request for proposal and a request for quotes. We're not required to put this out to bid, but we're gonna.
No, we have to go to bid. The reason I have proposals instead of quotes is I want some advice from the paving companies of what we can do with Goose Cove Road rather. It's essentially the same process, but we got to have some recommendations from the paving companies of what they think we should do.
Here's what needs to be done and this is what.
Or we just do it and it's a piece later.
It should be a toll road.
Hey, I was on the, yeah, we're on board.
I think we're all set. I'm game for a toll road.
Yeah, toll road. How you pay for it.
Any other discussion on requests for quotes on the new sign?
John and Danielle and me. to
All in
vote.
favor?
I,
Opposed? The motion carries. Request for quotes on a new copier, I'll call it, but it's a Biz Hub or whatever it is we got out there.
It's copier.
Yeah, it does more than copy.
move to get a new
Get a quote. for
Quote,
copy printer, does it all,
scanner,
scanner,
fax.
fax too.
Again.
Just the fax.
Discussion? All in favor?
I,
Opposed? Okay, now you can go.
now we can pay the bill. Move to pay the bill. I did read the new one on my computer, but I didn't get them. So
I'm
apologize.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Go, John.
Doesn't say what's for dinner. Yeah, well, at the elected officials meeting. Which, do you see where Jarrett scheduled that for the same night? May 28th is the.
Would you, oh, no, it's tomorrow night. He put out the wrong date.
Oh, okay.
The comp
Yeah.
plan is tomorrow night.
Yeah, we should probably send a reminder.
That's
Because
great.
I'm sure a lot of people didn't see that. Because it just went to the original thing and if people didn't look at it. they didn't look at
No, he sent it out to everybody.
it. But he didn't send out a separate one, did he?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but a reminder.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow at 6
Tomorrow
o'clock.
night at 6.
On a Zoom,
No, here.
Here,
they're not Zooming?
Well, they have a Zoom,
there may be.
but since you live a mile down the road, you're expected to be here.
On time.
She's got my number. Dina, You'll have to text me, and remind me, because Wednesday's out of practice,
All right,
okay?
we gotta remind John.
So then, the next night you get dinner.
Carol, did you put me in that even though it's not elected yet?
I haven't put anybody in. I'm waiting to hear who's going.
I'm going.
1, 2, all right, anybody else?
I'll be going.
3,
Fred, you coming?
No,
No?
Where are we going? Is it?
my sister-in-law is getting Citizen of the Year award,
oh,
Oh.
so,
nice.
They
you
were
know,
out.
trying to sort out.
You know where you need to be. Yeah. All right, so we've got 3 people that are gonna be there. Excellent.
Sue, you're going. Three.
3.
Me, you,
Oh, you're not in.
Danielle Worker.
I'm gonna bring coffee, so anyway.
It doesn't go, we usually done my man.
It comes out around.
What? Well, the schedule has its, what, be out of there by 8, I think 8 o'clock.
I'm back home in 30 minutes, I'm taking that pillow.
Motion to.
Get a quick update.
What about,
You're
what,
being updated.
what,
Thank you.
what about update?
The communities.
She's doing it.
Resilience room. Steve isn't here, so I don't know if it's more up to date, but he and Fred and Jana and I met and identified a location on Industrial Way with a cistern. And that's what I know.
That's what I know.
Okay, that's the update on that. The comp plan, we are having our first organizational meeting tomorrow at 6 o'clock here. Public meeting if anybody wants to attend,
With an ambitious agenda they have.
with a very ambitious agenda.
Ambitious agenda.
Yes, and it was listed from 6 to 7, so this will be interesting.
Yeah.
Posted, where's this information posted to?
It just went out to the committee members.
Oh,
But I don't think we have to advertise it as a public meeting, even though it is open to.
It's open to the public, yeah.
But it's not something we have to advertise as far as I'm aware.
But we're gonna also be discussing how do we let people know, so for the
Well,
future meetings.
it's not actually a hearing, it's just a meeting. But we'll probably once we get the schedule figured out, we'll probably put it out somewhere that we're meeting on this date of the month or
Right,
whatever.
or in the newsletter or.
Yeah.
We talked about creating a space on the website so people can get up to date with
But
that.
remember, it goes beyond 7 o'clock, it's time and a half.
Okay.
Time and a half for nothing is still nothing.
And I had one more comment I want to make. I had mentioned during the budget meeting, my involvement over the years with the group called Down East Innovation Network, and that this year they were focusing on municipalities and ensuring that we've got the next generation to come in. And tomorrow, you're going to receive
That
an
email,
email from Deb
what's her,
or
give me her name.
Burdell, or just. I just lost her name, but anyway, you're gonna get this email from Deb, and she's gonna ask you to forward it to the other select board members, and basically what they wanna do is gather information, like I don't know if it's gonna be a written survey or just a conversation or something like that. And they're doing this throughout Hancock and Washington County. And then at the end, I don't know, the end of the summer, when it is, they'll be sharing all the information with all the municipalities. And, how do we get the next generation involved?
Not by giving away a free bike.
That doesn't work, does it?
Kids are in that class, that's what I was wondering.
The only reason those kids even showed up is because I went to the kitchen and said, you know about free bike? No. Well,
all those phone calls.
No, but there
never
were
passed
5
by.
students at the
Right.
table when I went in. And out of a whole, maybe there's only 5 or 6 kids in the class, I don't know, but there were.
No.
but it was 6.
There was.
Oh, true, right.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. There were
That's
2
what?
sports things going on that night that kids couldn't be there, and every kid that wasn't at a sports thing was told they needed to be at the spaghetti dinner. So
Well, that's
it
where I
was-
got the kids from the spaghetti dinner.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, well, you know.
But there was only
They-
four.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
Mr. Madore,
Yeah.
won a $1,200 bike, good for him.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he was kind of like, I don't know what just happened.
Right.
but I'll take it.
Yeah.
There's another update, Jimmy Wardman has sold his accounting business.
Oh.
Yeah, oh,
Well, wait till you hear this story now.
and
Price is gonna go up.
23%.
He did.
Got a bill, 23% increase for the current budget that you got over last year, so.
How much did it cost? You remember?
Well, it was,
It was like 8 or so, wasn't it?
8 something, and now it's up to almost 13,000.
Oh.
However, tell him this full story.
Did he sell it to somebody locally? Or
He sold it to 3 of his employees.
We found out by
this
accident.
is good, right?
We
Not
found
really
out, we
instead of
found out
losing it.
by accident. When we called, Fred called and we were checking on the bill. We found out by accident, Jim finally said that he had sold it in January.
It sold it in December.
Yeah, well,
The new owners took over in
and
January.
it's 3 of the people that worked for him.
Well, should we put out a request for proposal?
Well, that's one of the things I'm wondering is I've contacted the superintendent of schools because they also do the school budget, and that's another issue is what's involved if we do, but
I don't think it would hurt
This
to
is gonna be another area. like
ask
lack of
around.
Teachers, lack of medical people, lack of accountants.
So say he's gained.
well, there's all kinds of
Not the only
of
game.
accountants around. I mean, I just Google it online, you got 7 of them in Ellsworth.
But
So-
doesn't Waterman do almost all the town?
Well, that's.
Just on the island.
He does all the AOS towns, cause he does all the AOS schools, so. And how the intertwining, because Bar Harbor is the fiscal agent for all of the grants and
Right,
all the rest of it,
and
so.
it would be very expensive for somebody to start learning that anew.
Right.
Well, I don't know if it would be very expensive, cause it looks like it's gonna be very expensive.
Judy, you got the numbers.
No, that was always my plan B. Maybe it's time to do that.
So anyway, that's just an update, I don't know where we're gonna go, but we should.
I think we're gonna look around at least and
Yeah.
get some idea.
One thing we requested was a fee schedule,
Well,
I mean,
we didn't get
and
that.
we haven't got it yet, so.
23%.
How much do we pay you? Like, how many dollars is 23%?
Well, the last year it was 80 some hundred dollars, and now it's almost 13, so.
They gotta pay off their loan.
Yeah.
And they want us to sign a 3-year contract with them, so.
Is that an issue if we have the town's audit done separate and?
Town audit is done separate anyway.
Yes. Schools go.
No, but Fred was alerting them.
Well, the
to just go
school
along
audit
without
is
asking.
part of the town audit.
Right.
That's, yeah.
So they both have to be,
It makes more sense.
they both
that
have to
way.
be done by the same
Yeah.
group.
So,
How
anyway,
many years have we done?
forever,
Too many forever.
forever, because it's always been reasonable.
It'll be interesting what the cost comes from everywhere else too, though, like really just.
Well, you aren't gonna get a cost because you don't know how many hours it's gonna take, but at least if we had a fee schedule like with an attorney, you know how much you're paying for an attorney, how much for paralegal, how much for secretary, how much per copy, per mile,
You get hourly rates at least.
so.
I'm gonna ask for a 23% raise tomorrow.
Me too. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Are you self-employed?
So,
Not.
and I've alerted the superintendent, so I suspect he probably will bring that up to the AOS board, but I don't know.
I could be wrong, because I know we had a hard time finding an accountant in the area that would do business taxes and payroll. Bob will do one or the other, but not both. It's hard to find.
But also, is it negotiable?
Doesn't
ever accept
sound
the
like
first
it
offer.
is.
It doesn't sound.
Doesn't sound like.
Good question.
No,
Everything's negotiable.
Everything should be.
you
in a
think
free-
so?
Free world. Free enterprise.
Well, as I say, you have no way of knowing what it's gonna cost you, and they have no way of giving you a quote because they have no idea how many hours are gonna be involved. That's, I understand that.
If he says,
But
if
if
they
you-
say it's $600 an hour and somebody else is charging $250 an hour, that helps you figure it out.
But you, if there is a lower cost, you have to make sure they really know how to.
Oh,
do it.
yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, let's go with the lower cost.
Well, you obviously get references and
Right.
make sure they've worked with other businesses. in
We
this
can do
town.
like Washington County did.
Not do one?
No, we can't.
They went without an audit for many years.
Oh, God,
Forever.
like 18.
It's not a great idea.
Well, I'm full of.
With that
great
idea.
ideas.
I wonder if the municipal associations have a list of accounting firms that they'll burst to.
I'm
The
sure
size
they
of
do,
town.
but before we go that route, I'd like to hear back from the superintendent of what's involved. And the next thing is, do you wanna sign a 3-year agreement?
It's non-negotiable, like, I mean, has that been
doesn't-
said? We haven't done
Is
that in the
that-
past.
Normal. That doesn't, I've never heard of that.
Neither have I. But
It's kind of weird, especially.
That's why they want.
Although, does it lock you in for 3 years?
Right.
Yeah,
yeah,
All right, that's enough, people. I need to go to bed.
Sure.
Same.
all in favor? We are adjourned. Did you get all that, Sean?
No, Sean's on there.
Last John did time.
Where's
too.
the
I
A?
have a response if you want to listen.
Okay.
Okay.
I heard it all, but whoever's running the Zoom tonight denied my Fathom note taker app twice. So now, because I'm not as skilled with my fingers as my wife, I'm dependent upon watching the YouTube meeting to get the information I couldn't capture. Uh, so and that's not a complaint. It happens, but
Who's the
I-
A on there?
what's that?
There's an A on this screen.
I don't know who that is, but my thing says Fathom note taker, and I tried to get it in twice. And it says it was denied, but it could have timed out. Maybe they had stepped away or something. I don't know how that works.
On the screen for a while, was it? Yeah, you may not have seen it.
So
What's the A?
so can you get the YouTube recording up soon?
We'll get it.
What was the
Thank
question?
I asked if the YouTube recording can go up, not tonight or anything,
It
but
won't go up tonight, Sean, but we might be able to get it up tomorrow.
that'd be fantastic. I appreciate
Give
it.
it a shot.
What's for supper?
What? Oh, supper.
All right.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Hey, Sean. They got strawberry rhubarb.